What's up, you guys? We're back with another video, but today we're going to be doing an eyeshadow tutorial using the Tarte Maneater After Dark Volume 2 palette. I did just swatch this earlier on my page, so if you want to go check out all of the shades, you can go do that. I did already put on my foundation, so I am already prepped in that way. How I usually prep my eye is I always use a concealer. So I did just put that concealer on and blend that out so we could get started with the palette. I did think that this palette was perfect for fall. Today we are going to do more of a fall look. To start off, we are going to take this shade right here and put it all over the lid. And I am going to zoom you in so you can see a little bit better. All right, so we're just going to take that shadow and just put it all over the lid. Once that's done, I'm going to be taking a blending brush here, and I am going in with the shade right there. We're going to take this and just put this all over in that crease. This is going to be just our blending shade or our transition shade. I'm going to go in with the shade right next to it, and I'm going to darken that crease a little bit more. This one you're going to want to take and concentrate it more in that crease as opposed to kind of like all over as that transition color. We're just going to be focusing this one more in that crease specifically, just because it is a little bit darker. If you start darkening up any higher, it's gonna make your eyes look super closed, so we don't want that. So as you can tell, we just darkened that crease just a little bit. Since we're going for more of this fall look, I am gonna go in next with this shade right here. And I am switching brushes. So this one is just more of a condensed blending brush, so it's more precise. Kind of the same concept as what we just did, but this brush is just gonna allow you to get in that crease even better. So you're gonna take that shade and you're just going to be running that straight over the crease. You see how it doesn't go any higher than just that crease here. And I am going back over with that just to build it up just a little bit more. And I do mainly like to focus when I build up darker just on the outside here. I don't like to go too far in because eventually I do like to put a lighter shade in there. Now that that's done, I'm taking the same brush and I'm going in just one more time in that crease here. I'm going to be using this shade right here. With this shade, I'm going to mainly be keeping this on the outside here. This is going to get ready for our dark shade that we will be putting on. We're not going any farther in than that halfway point. Now that that's done, we are ready to move into darkening the outside. So we are gonna go in with this color right here. We're going to take that color and just start building that outer corner color. And you're just going to put this in the outer corner here. That's all the farther you're gonna wanna go in. And then when that's done, I always go back in with my first brush I used and I just go over that color just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. I'm not too worried about this line yet because I'm still going to be putting on a color over the top of that. To finish the outer corner, I'm gonna be going in with this shade right here just to darken it up. The method is the same thing as what we just did. Just keeping it focused on that outer corner there and then just bringing it a tiny bit into that crease just for blending. And then always go back in with your brush and go over it and make sure everything is blended. Now that we are done with the crease and the outer corner, I'm going to go in with this shade right here And I will be putting that all over the inner corner into that middle transition point. You can also do this with your finger if you don't want to use a brush. And then the same thing, I always go in and blend out any harshness. Now that we're done with that, I'm going to be taking a more precise eyeliner brush here. And I'm going in with that same dark shade that we just used on the outer crease. And I'm going to be just putting this on my bottom lash line. And then since I do want it to be just a little bit more dramatic, I am going to be putting in this black liner in my waterline here. And then once those water lines are done, I am gonna go and apply some mascara, and I'm just gonna do that off camera. All right, you guys, and then here is the finished look. And let me know what you think, and as always, thanks for watching.